Hey guys, I'm back. I know the last video was a little bit depressing, and to end things like that and then not come back for about 10 months is pretty depressing. But I'm back. I have new goals and new plans and things I'm very excited to share with you guys, but we'll get around to that when it comes. But with this new year, a lot of people have Bible reading plans, and it's a very, very great thing, but it's a hard and difficult thing to finish. And for some of us, maybe we're already struggling to finish it. Well, today we're going to go over 3 tips in order for us to finish this Bible reading plan. Okay, so tip 1, don't play catch-up. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of people, when we get caught up in a reading plan and then we miss a day or two, we miss out. Especially if it's a longer one, we're missing out on 4 chapters or 8 chapters after a few days, and we get to 32 chapters, maybe even a whole book. But pause. If you fail, you fail. It happens to the best of us. That's okay. If you keep feeling like it's just snowballing and this gargantuan thing where you have to catch up, well, you're going to be not motivated to finish your plan. So just stop. Just start on the day that you're supposed to read for that day. If you need to, catch up in the story, or you need a little bit of a summary, go for the Spark Notes version. Get a little summary and try to catch up along in the story, but don't get so bogged down by saying that you're juicing the Bible for every single element. You have your whole life for that. You're going to continue to grow and continue to reread these passages. And so instead of getting discouraged by how gargantuan of an amount that you have to catch up on, instead just focus on reading today. Just pick it back up today. There's grace for you today, and so just today. I'm saying today a lot. Okay, tip number 2, find a buddy or find buddies. Reading the Bible is more fun with a buddy. And there's a lot of great apps. One thing that I'm doing is I've got some friends and some people that I shared a Bible reading plan from YouVersion and just shared it with a bunch of people, and we're trying to read that every day, and we're making comments and things like that. But you don't even have to use that app. All you got to do is find a buddy, preferably probably someone at your church that you can walk with, and just make a texting group and just say, hey, this is the chapters that I'm reading today, and hopefully you're reading them too, and just share what you're getting out of it. One thing, though, is that sometimes we get in this tendency to maybe shame the other person, and that's not what you want to do. That's not a healthy form of accountability. We'll talk about that in another video. But what you want to do instead is to say, maybe compile it within a week, and in that week, whatever chapters you read, just say, hey, what did you get out of your reading this week? And then they'll say, oh, I got this and this and this, and then you'll be blessed by it. You're encouraging them, and it's a positive environment to say, hey, we mess up sometimes, but we're going to keep going together. And so form a group. Should be fun. I don't know how to end these things. So tip number 3, I know life is busy and it's hard. And honestly, more and more with media being the way that it is, and videos being the key medium for people to communicate information, reading gets hard, and it's harder and harder to find people that want to read. I know, me too. After reading books all day, the last thing I want to do is read more. I understand. And especially if you're a student, you have to read and read and read. Well, the best way then, if you find yourself in a situation where you're having a hard time to be motivated, is use the audio feature. I should be sponsored by YouVersion because I'm mentioning them a lot in this video, but every Bible version that you're reading, most of them at least, have an audio feature that you can click. Just click the play button.
Chapter 7. Then the Lord said to Noah, "Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation."
Listen to it on your drive, on your walk to class, whatever it might be. Whatever you can do to get yourself motivated and your mind into the Word, I think is a win. Don't think it's a lesser form just because you're not reading it, with the physical text. Yeah, you know what? I prefer the physical text, but sometimes you need a little bit of help. And the audio version is honestly a great way to get that help. Okay, lastly, and a bonus tip. Look, there are a lot of different Bible reading plans, and some are good and some are bad. I shouldn't say some are bad, right? Most of them are good. The Bible is good. And so, some of them are longer than others. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, so some of them are longer than others. Maybe you're in a Bible reading plan where you're trying to read the Bible in a year. And you know what? Honestly, for those longer Bible reading plans and you find yourself in that plan, just read. I find that when you try to get yourself to be more intensive about reading the whole Bible throughout the year, yeah, it's great if you can do it. But when it becomes such a daunting task every single time, then you're going to find yourself not motivated to do so. Sometimes you just need to read. And the big benefit of that is that as you read more and just read the Bible, you're growing your general knowledge. You have different outlets for you to gain more intensive knowledge about the Bible, whether it's Bible studies at church, sermons, things like that. And you can do intensive Bible studies by yourself or with another friend. But for Bible reading plans, mostly the focus is just getting the word into you and just being able to wrap your brain around the word. And so for especially longer Bible reading plans, don't make it harder than it has to be. If you can go a little bit more intensive, great. But if not, just read. Okay, so not a very long video, just hopefully these are some tips that will help you get you on track with your Bible reading plan. If you've already failed, that's okay. We've all messed up and we're all gonna continue to mess up. The important thing is that you just keep going. So with that, spend a lot of good time in the Word. Let's grow together. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
But the Christians think those people are on the wrong tack. The next step has already appeared. The next step is from being mere creatures to being sons of God.